All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. All right. And shalom to the sincere sisters that are tuning in as well. I want to do this quick lesson, Lord willingly. It's edifying. See where the Spirit takes me with this. Dealing with the fourth industrial revolution, this beast system, aka the image of the beast, also, sometimes called the Great Reset, wherever the Spirit may take us with this, Now, let me look up something real quick, bear with me. Bear with me 1 second. All right, so doing a quick search on what was the first industrial revolution. So the industrial revolution was the transition to the new manufacturing processes in Great Britain, continental Europe, and the United States that occurred during the period from around 1760 to about 1820, 1840. The transition included going from hand production methods to machines, new chemical manufacturers, an iron production process, the increased use of steam power and water power, the development of machine tools, and the rise of industrialized factory systems. So that was the first industrial revolution. Matter of fact, bear with me as I just move along with my searches. Let's look up now, the Industrial Revolution ended in around about 1840. Now, while I was being silent, I was searching for when did slavery end? Slavery ended, or Congress passed January or December 6, 1865. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States. All right. Give me 1 second while I look up something else. Let's see. When did Great Britain abolished slavery in 1833, okay, which led to, as we're seeing, to the Industrial Revolution. As you go in, it says that they ended slavery about 33 years prior to America doing it, partly in stopping the shipping of slaves from that side of the world to this side of the world. So they stopped that part, and that's when you get into the element of slavery, of which Esau was breeding slaves over here, okay? Because there was a slowing down of that process, all right? Because the Lord was increasing technology and knowledge, as it says. It was going from manual handwork to machinery, okay? Machines then could do more work than men today, and today machines outwork men. So these are showing you and proving to you that as the evolution of machinery and things of that has occurred, so has the processes or the way of which Esau dictates slavery on the planet Earth. All right. So we're going to get the scriptures, but we're dealing with these terms and the history of these things. OK, because we're quickly approaching, if not already, in a sense, in the fourth industrial revolution. All right. The last leg of that is the MOTB, which is the RFID CHIP, putting that into people. That is the final capstone of this fourth industrial revolution, as we're going to go into it. All right. And I want to speak on the fact that I was watching the elder Yashawamba, and he was going into it, and I have been thinking on this word, but I figured I would go into it and also try to, Lord willingly, do a lesson. So I want to, definitely shout out the elder for the inspiration for this. In the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because, sometimes, you can kind of not be inspired to do something, but, one way to get over that is just listen to a brother, and something in the spirit going to trigger, through the spirit. So the second industrial revolution is also known as the technological revolution. Was a phase of rapid scientific discovery, standardization, mass production, and industrialization from the late 19th century into the early 20th century. Okay. This is where you start getting telegram, communications, basically electricity. And let's just see if we can get a date on this. The second industrial revolution is generally dated from 1870 to 1914, which it says the beginning of World War I. Okay. So, the increase of war. All right. Matter of fact, let's just get a scripture on that. We're going to read in Revelation 13, but let's get another scripture in Revelation real quick. Revelation 11 and Revelation 11 and let's see where I want to start at. Bear me 1 second. It might be Revelation 9. Bear me 1 second. I'll read a little bit of this real quick. Oh, that's just the spirit right here. This is Revelation 9 and 12. And it says, one woe is past, and behold, there cometh two woes more hereafter. World War I, World War II, and World War III. And from the increasing, or the, what's the word I'm looking for? The passing of time from those woes, there was an exponential increase in technology. Okay. That's why we went from the first industrial revolution was going from, basically how it was when Christopher Columbus and those individuals made their way over here, give or take around 1492 and moving forward. So from 1492 to roughly the 1700s, there was a period of which it was all manual labor. If that hole over there needed to be dug, it was going to be dug by human. If that cotton needed to be picked, it was going to be done by human. And then it led into the machinery in the second revolution that all the way led up to what? World War I. All right. Because a major thing in World War I was the production of different levels of weaponry. All right. Matter of fact, because this is where you get this. Let's just read this real quick. Revelation 9. And I'm going to start at 3. And it says, and there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and upon them was given power, as the scorpion or scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, because only those men which have not the seal of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in their foreheads. All right. Which these scorpions is because you got to understand that in the when John was seeing these revelations, this is, almost 2,000 years ago from the time of John to World War One. All right, give or take, almost, around about 2,000 years. So John, there weren't flying planes fighting in these wars of old. When ancient Rome went to war with whoever, there wasn't what am I trying to say? Fighter planes and helicopters and all of that around about. That wasn't happening yet. So John is he's explaining or a vision dealing with an increase of weaponry, which came about through these industrial revolutions. All right. These are increases of knowledge. All right. And it says, and them it was given that they should not kill them, but they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man, because you had the man that rode on the back of the fire jet with the gun, and that looks like a stinger shooting. OK. And in those days, men shall seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Because, see, back then, this is World War One. Because from World War One to World War Two, there was the increase of, you had your MASH, your increase of medicine, your increase of the military as a whole. That's where you get women fighting in the wars. They were in the military side of the medical side of things. All of this had to root itself to see what we're seeing today. Now we're seeing the fruits of it. That's why we're going into the third world. Anybody that tells you that the third world war is not biblical and it's not prophetic, it's not a man of the Lord. OK, all of this lines up historically and biblically. OK, now it says, because see it says the seeking death, because when they were getting blasted away in World War One, the technological advances of being able to give them certain medicines, they were just dealing with liquor, liquor and maybe some Tylenol, maybe, they didn't have morphine. They didn't have all of these high powered as drugs that Esau has. All right. They show you that, which we're going to get to when you deal with this next evolution of technology. When you see in military movies in the future, they show you the ability to recreate a soldier's leg or recreate a soldier's arm. You understand? Like, grow it back. Really, that was what the whole thing of Terminator was going into. OK, the evolution of technology to the next thing. That's why they had to send back what was it, the T-18 or whatever. Forgive me, I haven't seen the movie in a while. To destroy those people so that it would never happen. All right. That next level of technology gets crucial. OK, which is the image of the beast. All right. This next beast, this next evolution of system of technology and so forth is the beast system. The first, the second, and the third were all foundational pieces through history to lead us to this point. That's what this is about. OK, now let's go back to. So now we understand that the second revolution, industrial revolution, was from roughly the late 1900s to the early 20th century. So World War One, dating from 1870 to 1914. OK, now let's deal with this third. OK, Still with this third revolution, industrial revolution, which we are in right now. All right, let's just see what it technically says, okay? All right. It says the third industrial revolution. Hold on. This is a book. So many pop-ups, yo. Yo, man, I just gotta log in the shit, man. God damn. Bear me 1 second. We're just doing this all in the spirit, so let's see where it takes us. See, yeah, come on now. And see this way of learning. If you leave it up to Esau in this is why it's wondering, lying wonders. Okay, this next level of technology is going to erase the way that we learn. You just think about it. If you got a chip in your head and a contact on your eye, you just read this and it's already, you download it into your mind versus reading it and having to go through the work of absorbing knowledge, you know? This is why it's tempting, man. All right? That's why you got plenty of people out here that, for every person that you may think that is anti this idea of being chipped, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are absolutely in line with this and already in anticipating it and expecting it and looking forward to it, okay? All right, now this article, the timeline of the revolutions, I just want the third one. All right, well, read this real quick. It says that it all starts with the first industrial revolution when production was first merchandised through the use of water and steam. Then the second industrial revolution used electric energy to create mass production. So through the second industrial revolution, that was where you begin to have power lines run across this country. You know, this is all, like I said, these were foundations that had to occur to even get us to this point. That's why this is all prophetic and powerful. All right. And it says the third, known as the digital revolution, uses electronics and information technology to automate production. And today, a fourth industrial revolution is taking digital to a whole new level where not only production processes are being transferred, but also business models, right? Because nowadays you got a thing called drop ship. You didn't have drop ship 50 years ago, 100 years ago, where you could be in Canada and buy products that you never see, right, be shipped to another place to be picked up. This is another level of technology that wasn't there. All right, like a bishop in my camp was saying just Saturday about this money. Okay, this being able to hold your phone over a machine and move money. This is new. This is a technological wonder. You understand? That's why it's so tempting and deceitful. Okay. And it says workforce demands, communication, safety standards, and governance systems to an extent and depth we're only starting to realize. Okay. Let's see. Scroll down. It says right here, the third industrial revolution or the digital revolution began in the late 1990s, right? So you could say, boom. You could say late 1990s. You could say the Y2K, right? Y2K, the year 2000, which I had a bottle of water. Forgive me. I'm in my car doing this lesson. Hey, 144. Hey, all praise Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The late 1990s. We were just speaking about this as a camp. Saturday when we were together at the camp. And I was speaking about, see with niggas, it just rolls off the, see with niggas, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. See, you got to remember, we are the tail. We are the tail. This is all praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that. That's a good precept to get. It's just to prove that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are indeed the Israelites that are under a divine curse. All right, let's get this real quick. Deuteronomy 28. Let me just do a search for it real quick. 28 and 13. And it says, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. Oh, that's the blessings. Bear me 1 second. I want to curse. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 44. And it says, and he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. And who's the ones that's in debt? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're not the ones out here with banks and lending out money and currency and credit. All right, we need all the credit repair and credit service we can get, because we the ones that are under that debt, man. Esau don't give a damn about credit. That's a nigga thing. Okay. Now, and it says, and he shall be the head and thou shalt be the tail. So being the tail, you're the last, the ass part. You're the last part of the body. And the reason why I'm saying that is even on a technological way. Niggas, you got your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that have only gotten accustomed to the internet in maybe the last 5 years. And I was speaking to a brother. I was watching a movie with Sandra Bullock. Right. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up real quick while I'm speaking. All right. Bear me 1 second. Sandra Bullock was in the movie, and it was an old movie, right? And I don't know, it was just, I'm a movie person, so I watch way more movies than I do TV. But in the movie, let's see. In the movie, it came out in 1995, right? And The Net. It was called the movie was called The Net, right? And it blew me away because in the movie, she ordered a pizza online, right? So she went to the pizza place's website and placed her order for the pizza, paid for it online. The pizza came to her, and I'm like, yo. I was like, was niggas really ordering pizzas online in 95? Okay, in 95, I was 8 years old. Okay? I remember we had a computer. You understand? We had a computer. My dad had a computer. But even then, I don't remember it being like that. So even so, we wasn't that technologically advanced even then. Because see, when these advancements were happening in Esau's system, we've always taken L's each time the system changed. Okay? We're no longer needed here. Look what's happening now. The worker is taking the biggest L right now in this system. And who's the biggest workers in this system? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you are the tail of this society. Okay? Now let's go back to this article. Yeah, The Net came out in 1995. A computer programmer stumbles upon a conspiracy putting her life and the lives of others around her in great danger. It was an all right movie, but the point that stood out to me is the fact that she ordered pizza online, okay? Now, it says, this era witnessed the rise of electronics never before, from computers to new technologies that enabled the automation. See, from the late 90s, so 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, I was in elementary, middle school. From 2000 to 2000, I went to high school. All right. And I remember at this point, this is when we started taking typing classes. You understand? Like, we had a course where we had to, you had to learn how to hold your hand and type on a keyboard. Now I can remember my mother when I was in elementary school, like early part of my early elementary school. So like 93rd, this is like second, third grade for me, right? Going into the fourth grade. So 94, 95, 96. I can remember my mother using a typewriter. Okay. A typewriter. I'm talking about the typewriter in the house. She was going to her college and would rent the typewriter to type up her paper. This is before, like, not to be long-winded, but I'm just in the spirit of just, when I was in school, when I got to college, we're now talking 2004, 2005, 2006, bro. We were still using floppy disks. I was still taking the big joints, the floppy disk, and saving papers and shit on the floppy disk. Sometimes you got to reflect on how technologically we have advanced in this third revolution, because I didn't know that the third revolution started in the late 90s. So that's millennials for the most part. This is the transition during the millennium for millennials, Generation Y. All right. Anybody that's anywhere from 20, 27, 28 years old to 41, 42 years old. Those are millennials. Generation Z is 14, maybe 15, 16 to give or take 21, 22. All right. Those are Gen Zs. We're now, I think, in Gen Alpha or whatever. These is the babies that are people under the age of 10, 8, 9, 10 years old. I could be a little bit off, but give or take, those are the ranges. Okay. So you're dealing with the advances of technology, right? Matter of fact, that's what I wanted to get. I want to get that in the scriptures. All right, let's go to Daniel. Daniel 12:4. And it says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. And many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." And now knowledge is increased. I remember Elder Apostle Tahar spoke about this in a lesson a while back about quantum leap. Basically, we're in a time now where technology is increasing, I believe, twice a day now. Okay. So this, like, for instance, the iPhone 14, matter of fact, the PS5, technically speaking, the PS5 is already obsolete. It's old. That's why Sony is already in talks of the PS6, because technology is increasing so fast. That's why these industrial revolutions have gotten shorter with time. So even if the third industrial revolution started in the late 1990s, so about 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, right? 2000 till now, right? Because see, I'm going to say this in the spirit, man. A lot of people gave the apostles and elders a whole bunch of hell for saying that the world ended in the year 2000, right? Now, that's already been explained and expressed, but I'm going to say this in the spirit. The world did technically end in the year 2000. All right. The world, if you can receive what I'm saying in the spirit, the world did end. That was the beginning of this third revolution, which we are in. And look how fast we are already approaching the fourth industrial revolution. That's only 20 plus 20, 21, 22 years. The other ones lasted hundreds of years. Okay. This fourth one, this beast system is coming fast. Matter of fact, let's get that in the scriptures. The scriptures speak. All right. Let's go from Daniel to Revelation, back to the book of Revelation. See, that in my spirit, which we're going to try to get to, Lord willingly. All right. But this is, this in the spirit. Revelation, where is it at? Bear me 1 second. I always do this with you. This is Revelation, Revelation 12:12. And it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, for woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And you see these things is quickening up. All right. That's this third war is going to come quick because the second one has already came to pass. The third industrial revolution is going to come to an end very soon, disruptive and destructive against the people as we go into this fourth industrial revolution, which the scriptures call the image of the beast. OK, now let's go back to this article. And it says, which in turn enables industries to offshore products to a low-cost economies and radicalized business models where worldwide. Now, understand this. Anytime niggas get on something, Esau has already raped or graped that industry and used it up. The real estate industry, he has used up. Okay. Wholesaling. All right. See, now you got niggas that are now being able to buy shea butter and products from overseas and sell them. Well, Esau been selling niggas and selling products from overseas for hundreds of years now. You see? That this element of technology is old. That's why Esau is going to the next level of this in this fourth industrial revolution, where he's going to be dropping products off to people through the air, through drones and so on and so forth. Robots are going to take over in this one. So you're no longer needed to serve. See, one thing that I noticed that everybody's complaining about is not only just the food. The food everywhere you go is shit. Okay, that's number one. But you know what makes the food even worse is the service that comes from these people makes it even worse. It's shittier. All right. So what's that leading to? That leads to your boy Jay-Z and so many others investing into robotic kitchens. All right. You're going to have robots cooking these chicken wings and fries and making hamburgers and shit and making frappuccinos and lattes. You don't need humans no more. OK, anything that you need and want, you don't need a human to do. OK, the automation of the evolution of the automation of this workforce is coming in fast. See, this next time when they push out this sickness, and you know what I mean by that C2021 that's coming out. All right. Like a new 2K. All right. It's going to shut this place down in a way that's not going to be able to survive. And you people are going to lose these $12 and $15 Wendy jobs and Chick-fil-A jobs. All right. These $20 jobs at the gas station. All that shit's about to go. These $60,000 a year police jobs. These $100,000 firemen and lawyers and doctors. You think you nigga woman, you're late to the game. All of us are late to the fucking game. Because we are the tail. You nigga women get proud because you're nurses and shit. You think you're needed. You're not needed. The doctors aren't needed. A computer can do everything. A robot could do everything that's done in the hospital as we speak. When you go into a hospital, you don't need people in any position to check your vitals. Do you need a person? Hey, computer, speak to you. Stick hand through here. Face, look through here. Say cheese. What is your name? You don't need no black woman with dreadlocks and talking to you with an attitude, collecting $60K a year. You people better wake up to the fucking fact that we're all expendable. This next system is coming down with great wrath. All right. Now let's keep going with this. All right. Let's deal with the fourth one. The fourth industrial revolution. The current era is marked by digitalization, digital transformations, personal connected devices. See, your phone 10 years ago. Let's go to 2000. I'm only 36, right? So I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to remember certain things. For anybody that's older, I know you can remember these things in greater range. Now, let's go back to 2004, 2005, 2006. This is when a lot of us all were starting to get cell phones. Does that mean that cell phones weren't always around? Yes. You had your D-boys or your dope boys in the 80s that were carrying a suitcase with the cell phone. Cars had car phones for a while in there. So there was an element of technology that was there. But in the beginning of the 2000s, this is when you start seeing your Singulars and your Verizons and your T-Mobiles and these companies and so many others, some of them that aren't even here anymore, introduce family plans. See, cell phones today, you could FaceTime, but there was a time where even with cell phones, you paid to send a text and you paid to receive a text. You paid for minutes. You understand? We used to pay for minutes. You're playing, you get 250 minutes and free nights and weekends after 7. Bet. That was a deal at one point. This all happened in that era, but look at us now. And some of these cars are legitimately computers these cars are computers that are just you drive. These new cars are computers that drive. That's why they're going to full electric. These are computers at this point. It's an $80,000 computer with wheels. Okay? These cars, it's all an advancement. Okay? Reading a little bit more, and it says the connected devices. So these phones, I was going to say, nowadays, if you leave your phone at home to finish the point, you feel naked. Tell me I'm lying. You will turn around to go pick your phone up. You could be like down the road and don't even have your license on you. Oh, fuck that shit. But your phone, you will turn around. Tell me I'm lying. I feel naked without my phone. I've heard people say that. This is the connectiveness of it. Your phone, you could download apps and people that are in likeness with you. You could give a beam to see like, oh, I see you. Okay. This is what's happening. These phones are connecting us in ways that's why the last part of it is to do what? Put the phone in us. Put the technology within us. That's why you have Elon Musk with this Neuralink, which is the mark of the system. The mark of this system is the RFID chip. But like we're focusing in on this lesson is a historical lead up to the image of the beast. Okay. Now let's keep going. Now let's go to Revelation 13. All right. This is Revelation 13. And this went a little longer than I anticipated. Let's go straight down to the point. Revelation 13 and 14, and it says, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. So this beast, which is the reincarnation, the last leg, as you could say, of the ancient Roman Empire. The fourth beast is the Roman Empire, but this system is leading into another, trying to evolve. Okay, but that's that image that they should make an image is the system. The system is the beast, is the image of the beast. Okay, and it says, and he had power to give life unto the image. So all of these countries All right. The 7 heads and the 10 horns. All right. These European Edomite based nations have come together and they're pushing this agenda to overtake the world through this image of the beast. But then you have other parts of it. All right. Would you read Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, where you have who am I talking about? These Russians, all right, and their company fighting against it, all right, in their own way, all right. That's just the Lord keeping it interesting. But nevertheless, this beast system, that's your the French, your Germania Major, Germania Minor, the British, the Romans, the Greeks, the French, the Spanish, all right. That's the 7 heads, which they go under different names and so on and so forth today. But in the spirit, that's that group that is pushing forth this system. All right. When you look at the map right now, when you look at France, when you look at Germany, when you look at these different places, now this beast, this EU, which is known today as the EU and NATO, has expanded to other nations. But these nations that are in unison with these 7 heads and 10 horns, all right, the starting of it, you know, European, what was it called before? The ECC, the European Commission. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but forgive me. All right. They came together under that Treaty of Rome. And this is what you see today. OK, now let's keep going with this. Revelation 13. And it says, saying that dwell under the earth. OK, reading 15, and cause as many as not to worship the image of the beast should die. Now, this is even before you get to the mark of the beast. Before you take the mark of the beast, you have to buy into the image of the beast. That's why it says here that would not worship the image of the beast, aka given to the system, you got to die. It's just that simple. All right. This is what they're moving. You're not going to be able to move on. See, some people not even going to, in a sense. Now, I'm not saying this is me speaking. All right. The scriptures speak about the hour of temptation, and that is going to come on all of us. But not everybody on the planet Earth is going to even be in the opportunity to receive the chip. All right. See, when they cut you off from this system, some people not even going to get to that point because it's going to be so much chaos going on. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be forced into accepting the system to then be at that point. But a lot of people not going to get to that point because the system is going to break down to such a high level. Now, like the scriptures say here, that who would not worship the image, that which is the system, okay, which goes into what? This 4th industrial revolution, which is what? The digitalizing of this. All right. When you watch your Black Mirrors and you watch your uploads and years to years and these different shows that show you upload Ready Player One and, you know, all of the Lawnmower Man, all of these things show you how the next thing is the connection of human beings, transhumanism, of connecting humans to robots. All right. When you watch the movie I, Robot with Will Smith that came out in the year 2006, 2007, I believe, which was within the 3rd industrial revolution, you see how they're showing you that at a time period in the future, you would have robots living amongst humans. OK, and again, that movie, when you look up the dates of when was iRobot's time dated, that was roughly the end of 2029 and 2030. All right. Give or take 10 years from now. OK, you're not going to reach the level of that without bowing to the image of the beast. OK, and that's going to come with a lot of the workers, a lot of the people either submitting or bucking up, which is the hour of temptation. All right. Then you got to deny the system and the mark. Those are 2 separate things. See, everybody loves to on TikTok to focus in on 444. 144 just passed as well. All praise Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Everybody loves to focus in on the mark of the beast because there's such a prolific. It's powerful when you hear the mark of the, what the fuck? But the image of the beast is more powerful than the mark. The mark is the code card to get you into the image. Okay? Let me get a little bit more. I'm going to close up here. All right. And it says in verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now, this is leading into, like I said, the mark, which is that MOT, which is the MOT, which is the RFID CHIP. That's the access card to get you into the beast land, so to speak. Okay, you can't get the beast land without this code. All right, that's what this is all about. Okay, but most importantly, like I wanted to focus in within this, was dealing with the image of the beast, which is the system. Matter of fact, I went this long. Let's just finish this article. Maybe some little bit more good. This is, you say you teach yourself first before you teach others. So right now I'm learning something myself. This is the age when lines between the physical, digital, and biological sphere are challenged, and industries all over the world are uprooted. Right. We live in a time now. It said the physical, digital, and biological. I'm going to use something very carnal to show you how this is blending together. Okay. Not too long ago, there is a woman somewhere on the planet Earth that is on the metaverse and using a avatar, a cartoon version of herself, and is just shaking ass and talking to men, and she makes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like I said, sometimes you can use intricate things, and sometimes you can use very simple, common things that we are seeing right in front of our eyes. All right, they are blending the world of man and internet, digital and biological. Biological is life, grass, trees, birds, life, cells. All right, these things that are in the natural world deal with biological. They are blending the two, between the digital and the physical together, creating something new. And the only way humans, the slaves, the people that bow to this image are going to be able to keep up with this next system is to take this mark and transform them, basically turn them into part human, part robot, to keep up with what's going on. We are living in a time where technology is advancing two times at least a day. We can't keep up. We were never built for technology to grow this fast. Now let me make this straight. This technology that we're seeing today is it's some of there was always technological advances on the planet Earth, but let me make it clear with what's going on today. Your cell phone is outdated. Your car is outdated. The software on your computer outdated. Your TV is outdated as we speak. You cannot keep up. That's why this shit is cheap. But see, the Lord has another plan for Esau. All right. And that's the destruction of this system, which is just a beastly, carnal ass system. And he's going to bring in the kingdom of heaven. That's why it says that we seek after a new heaven and a new earth. OK, now let's finish this off. And it says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for the number of a man, and his number is 603 which goes into the UPC Universal Product Code. All right, which has the 666 in every product that you buy. All right, but it's going to lead to you having your own barcode, which is going to be linked to your chip. Okay. Hey, so with that, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwarash. Until next time.